Okay, so salute to everyone out there. Hopefully your week went well just like mine, and hopefully your weekend goes well also. I'm pretty sure everyone has heard Kevin Hart's best friend did the sex tape blackmailing. You have to watch the people that are closest to you. You have to watch the people that are closest to you. It's sad this is the world we live in. If you remember, late last year, or I believe it was earlier this year, one of my longtime subscribers that comment in all of my videos, just about, he was on another channel talking about me in a negative way. And one of my subscribers said, "Kid, check this out." So people will support you and then say things about you behind your back. People will blackball you. You have to watch the people that are closest to you. Kevin Hart and Safari. Safari was set up by his friends to get robbed. Wow. So without any further ado, let's get into it.
Check it out now. Oh my God, this is not good. Now, if you guys don't know, man, I was up in Atlantic yesterday. I ain't gonna lie. I was up in Atlantic trying to sign your boy Lil AK. Blues Clues is hitting out in the streets. However, I do have to say, man, Atlantic Records and their whole new motto of signing artists and the direction they're going in do not favor the people who believe they're ultra creatives. People like Wale Fulaurin, okay? Wale was actually dropped by Atlantic Records, and if you probably listen to them, Atlantic Records, and also Wale for the official statement on that, they'll probably sum it up in some bullshit by saying it was a mutual separation. However, I heard he was dropped. Now, the thing is, man, Wale's an artist, okay? He's an artist, and he's kind of a diva, I think, you know what I mean? I had limited experience with him in person, and from I'm just seeing how he operates, he believes his only job is to make great music. These days, in my opinion, an artist's main job is not only to make music, but it's to get shit lit on social media. It's to do much more than just make music. You gotta get the conversation going. You got to get your music in the conversation. You got to get the fans invested in you. You got to be likable. You got to show that you have a story. There's so many more things you have to do now. Now, of course, it could be very hard for artists to do that. That's why you should lean on your management team, your friends, people around you, that they could help you accomplish all the things you need to be a very successful artist these days. However, Wale, he's currently unsigned, and he's always been asked this one question, man. Why don't people give you the respect of the J. Cole's, Kendricks, and Drakes? It's not that they're super talented beyond you. You guys are kind of in the same realm. Why aren't you on that level? Now, this is one of the curses I believe that's happened to Wale in his career. This whole, like, class thing. And, of course, I know we do freshman class now, but this whole, like, yo, you remember the leaders of the new school? That's a class, right? The Drakes, the Kendricks, the Coles, the Wales, the Meek Mills. And from what we've seen, everybody in that class is either sustained or moved ahead of where they were then. It felt like Wale fell back. Now, in my opinion, Wale actually got left back in his class, okay? Because I believe his path to additional success, because he's already successful, is gonna be one that's so goddamn unique, he cannot compare himself to other people. That whole shit about your class, you cannot compare to your peers. But of course, in hip-hop, comparison is the way how we track to see if people are keeping up. Now, a fan actually tweeted at Wale and said, "Yo, Wale, do you think your expressive passion for the music hurts or prevents you from being mentioned with the rest in your class?" You know what Wale said? Wale says, "Of course, it hurts me greatly. Also, me being dark-skinned, not half-white, no. Direct descent from Wakanda, Africa, did too. But let's not go there." Now, what Wale talking about? Wale is basically saying, nigga, I'm African, okay? I'm from the continent of Africa. I was born to some Nigerian immigrants, which means I have a disadvantage. Or basically, he's implying that, if he's not saying it directly. He's also saying, I am dark-skinned, so I'm not owed any favors, okay? Wale, I'm here to tell you to cut the bullshit. I was born, and I know I'm not doing music, even though Lil AK is fire from what I heard, but I want you to cut the bullshit because these excuses will not cut it, okay? Do we know colorism is a thing? Abso-fucking-lutely. But I will always say, from the people I know as immigrants, I'm an immigrant myself. I don't know if you guys know my history, and if you've been watching my channel for a while, I would hope you are up to date with this. I was born in Spanish Town, Jamaica. I grew up there for like 11 years, and I came to the United States. Basically, culture shock. I didn't really even get into some of the rappers that was only known locally or just known in the U.S. If you weren't known globally, I probably didn't know about you in Jamaica. But when I came over here, it was culture shock. I didn't really understand, oh, what? Oh, Nas, Biggie, they beef it. Oh, shit, I couldn't even get, I was trying to catch up to speed. However, I did. Me being an immigrant was not an excuse, and it will not be an excuse for me to get success. I can't use that excuse. The reason why I ain't this is, no, I made it in spite of that, okay? Now, as far as he is dark-skinned, man, how black you think you are, Wale? How much blacker are you than Kendrick? Kendrick is the motherfucking biggest rapper on this planet, okay? You can say it's Drake, okay, cool, Drake, but he's too. So again, both of those arguments I look at and I say, Wale, no, that's not it. There's a bunch of other factors. And we've been trying to diagnose what this is for a while. I'm just saying, if Wale thinks it's these two things, fuck no. Fuck no, okay? I want you guys to weigh it. Y'all think that because Wale is dark skinned? Man, they're letting fat niggas get on nowadays, bro. Come on, bro. You think just because you dark, they ain't gonna let you? Come on, bro. Fat niggas is winning. Ugly niggas is winning. Everybody is fucking. It's music, bruh. Okay? It's not like you're running for president. It's music. Some of the ugliest. Yo, listen, man. There was a time in music where there was gatekeepers where if you didn't look presentable, if you didn't look like a nigga that women would like, they wouldn't push you through as an R&B star. Man, nowadays you could look like shit and just get on. You got to hit the right parameters. You got to check the right boxes everywhere. And clearly, in my opinion, Wale's not checking those. But if he believes that these are the boxes that he has not accomplished or he can't because of how he was born and raised or the color of his skin, I got to say, Wale, politely, you are off base. Okay? Wish Wale the best of luck. Very talented artist, but he still has to put it together if he is trying to get a higher level of success, which clearly he's aiming and he's answering to fans about why he doesn't have. Alright, so where academics getting comics? Weighing on this topic, do you think because Wale's dark skinned and from Africa, that's why he ain't as popping on the Billboard charts? He ain't selling as much as Logic and J. Cole and Drake's because they biracial. Wale is pure black. So where academics getting comics? Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Come on.
The black male of today is effeminate, very effeminate. There is absolutely no way to explain what is going on with black men in 2018. Now, if you remember Wale when he first jumped on the scene, he was signed to Maybach Music. Rick Ross signed him. He often was paired up with Meek Mill. At one time, Wale had quality music. Now, I haven't heard any of his music in maybe 2 years, at least. I don't listen to him. He's not an artist I listen to. However, obviously he wasn't popping because he comes up with asinine statements like this. Last year, around summertime, there were reports that Wale was a homosexual. Now, I don't know if that was true or not because I didn't do any research on it. I didn't look into the problem because I'm not a fan of Wale. Again, okay? So, Wale feels as though that he's not popping anymore because he's dark-skinned. Now, he's taking a play out of the Colorism Crybabies playbook. And the reason why he will be successful in doing it is because he's seen how successful dark-skinned black women are when they cry colorism. Now, when you take a look at hip-hop, when you take a look at athletes, when you take a look at Hollywood actors that are black American, oftentimes they are dark-skinned. So you say, kid, give me some examples of some dark-skinned rap artists. hip hop stars that are big and are of a darker skin. But before we get into that, I want to say that I didn't know the colorism issue was as big as it is. In my family, the way I grew up, we didn't hear about this stuff. Just like my family, just like your family, they are people of many, many different colors, skin colors. So this idea that you're dark skin, you're light skin, this is all new to me. This is something I had to learn. So unfortunately, I have to look at Wale as a dark skinned black man to peel back the layers. Unfortunately. But that's what we have to do with colorism, and that's what I will do with colorism, unfortunately. And I'm going to do with this Wale situation. When you look at rappers like Kendrick Lamar, what color is he? He's black, right? But he is of a darker skin tone. When you look at Dr. Dre, I mean, should I go on? Should I go on? When you look at Tupac, Tupac was of a darker skin. When you look at 50 Cent, 50 Cent, Rick Ross. So what he says does not hold any merit. What he says does not hold any merit, meaning Wale. Because you have a blueprint in front of you. People who are your skin color and that are successful. But see, this is the effeminate behavior of a lot of black men. Unfortunately, this is where we are in American society. They want to blame things on their skin color versus your work ethic. You dropped hits before, do it again. But since he doesn't have the home run ability anymore, he wants to cry colorism. Oh, I'm not hot anymore because people like J. Cole. And J. Cole came a long way. Pro-blacks love J. Cole because he's always talking about black empowerment. Black this, black that. So you understand what's going on here, that dark-skinned men, and hopefully this is not a trend where dark-skinned men will be getting on social media crying about being dark-skinned. And this gives a way out to black men that are lighter skin, where they can cry and say, well, dark-skinned men bullied me. Because you do have black men, or so-called black men, here on social media that will cry and say that dark-skinned black men bullied them because they were light-skinned. So hopefully dark-skinned black men do not set the trend where they are crying about colorism. That is not a trait a male should have. Leave that to the females. Leave that to the females. Black people always want to play the victim. And when I say black people, I mean black Americans always want to play the victim. If it's not racism, it's colorism. God damn. I'm sick of it. You have other black men out here that are sick of it. When you were popping, when you first came out and you were hot, you were popping, you didn't have a problem with colorism. Why? Because you were dropping hits. You were dropping hits. So you couldn't pay Wale to say that in his heyday. Now since he done simmered down, he wants to cry about colorism. Hopefully he doesn't turn into the male version of Amara La Negra. And speaking of Amara La Negra, did you see her new video that she has out? Not music video, it's a new video that she has out. She's dancing, she's singing, and her background dancers are Hispanic and light-skinned women. This is why I say always bet on yourself. Always bet on yourself, because people will let you down. Always bet on yourself. You have dark skin, crybabies who backed Amara Negra. And look at her actions. And you still have some crybabies that still want to back her because they're not too bright anyway. I expect them to back a person who don't walk it like she talk it. You always hear her talking about colorism, she's dark skinned, but you never see her with dark skinned background dancers, dark skinned people in her video. Hell, she doesn't even cater to her base, black American women, the ones that financially backed her, the one that allowed her to use their platform, Love and Hip Hop, to cry out about colorism. And just like you have a lot of black women, American black women that see through Amara Negra's BS, you do have a lot of black women that are speaking up about her and saying, listen, you phony. You phonier than a $3 bill. Just like there's black women who are speaking out against Amara Negra, there needs to be black men speaking out against Wale and him crying about being dark skinned. This is disgusting. It's time for heterosexual black men to call out these homosexual black men. I refuse to be lumped with these idiots. I refuse to be lumped in with them. That's your reputation. This idea where we all supposed to think alike. This idea where we all are supposed to agree on everything. No, not at all. And on this platform, I defend black men. If there's a way I can defend you, I'll defend you. And my subscribers will defend you. However, we don't defend shenanigans like this. We don't defend effeminate black men crying about colorism because you can't drop a hit. Leave that to the females. That's not a trait that a black male should have. We have bigger issues. It seems like black people are always looking for an excuse. It's racism. It's colorism. Sexism. Feminism. It's always something. You always have to play the victim. Woe, it's me. Someone is always doing something to me. It's about hits. We can use basketball as a prime example. You don't see biracial or light-skinned black men crying that Michael Jordan is the greatest basketball player because he's dark-skinned, or Kobe Bryant. LeBron James, Karl Malone, Dr. J, Wilt Chamberlain, Clyde Drexler, Dominique Wilkins. They're not crying because you have light-skinned superstars like Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, Devin Booker with the Phoenix Suns, Kyle Kuzma, Lakers, Lonzo Ball, Lakers. You understand what I'm saying? You catch my drift? It show improve. It has absolutely nothing to do with your skin color. I've said this before. You ever go to a beach, Venice Beach, Santa Monica Beach, Santa Monica Pier. When you're walking on the beach, or at least the outskirts, what's going on? You have people from all over the world, different cultures, backgrounds, races, skin color, setting up shop, showing tourists, onlookers, and potential buyers what they have, their goods. So no matter what you look like, if you have something to offer, people are going to see what you got. Purchase what you got. Support what you have. But hard work has been beat out of black Americans. It's like the hard work factor isn't there anymore. It's all about crying, playing the victim all the time. It makes no sense. And now you are going to hear colorism crybabies use him like, see, they talk about colorism also. No, no, no. That's not they. That's just him. Focus on him. And you have black men that are standing up and saying, no, that's his effeminate behavior. That's his opinion. Nope, not at all. That's not going to happen. We do not want to hear the colorism story with black men. It doesn't sound right. It doesn't look right. And it's effeminate as hell. Leave that for the women. I'm out. Peace.